found hugging her. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Evan Gershkovich and 2 other Americans freed from Russia in a swap that involves 24 prisoners. They got a big welcome home just before midnight, landing at Joint Base Andrews. Then they flew to San Antonio, Texas, where Paul Whelan, also wrongly convicted as a spy, said,
"The FSB grabbed me, said I was a spy. I'm apparently a general in the Army, a secret agent for DIA. This is the nonsense narrative they came up with, and they wouldn't let it go."
Also back in the U.S., another freed American journalist, also Kammersh, of all greeted by President Biden and Vice President Harris.
It really is about personal relationships. It's about family. It's about being able to have access to the people you love and you adore.
This is an example of the strength of American leadership in bringing nations together.
The deal is the largest prisoner exchange between the U.S. and Russia since the Cold War. The freed Americans are undergoing medical evaluations and now spending time with family members.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. 8 of the prisoners freed are convicted Russians. One of them, an intelligence agent turned assassin who murdered a Chechen leader in Germany. Former President Trump reacted, telling Fox Business's Maria Bartiromo he's glad Americans were freed, but worries it rewards Russian leader Vladimir Putin and encourages more of this.
All of a sudden, you have a lot of hostages taken prisoner, so to speak, and you'll have a lot of things happening. It's very bad. It's a very bad precedent.
His Democratic rival in the 2024 race, Vice President Harris, just raised the presidential campaign record, $310 million in July, more than double the Trump campaign fundraising last month. The U.S. has declared Venezuela's opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez the winner of Sunday's presidential election, rejecting President Maduro's much protested claim that he won. The U.S. has been demanding Maduro release the results proving that claim. America's listening to Fox News.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Israel has taken out yet another terrorist. The deputy head of weapons production for the group Islamic Jihad killed. Well, in Qatar, the funerals today for the Hamas political leader killed in a bombing in Iran, hours after Israel took out a top Hezbollah commander earlier this week.
Israel admits it killed Hezbollah's Fuad Shukr in Lebanon, but isn't commenting on accusations over the death of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Iran. Those 2 militant groups and the Iranians have vowed retaliation. The Israeli military says it's ready and able to cope with whatever comes next. Yesterday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke to President Joe Biden, who promised American support. Israel's National Security Council, meanwhile, warning its embassies could be targeted, as could Jewish synagogues and community centers around the world. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
2 New York City police officers are expected to be fine as they recover in the morning after being shot, responding to a robbery. Both were hit by the same bullet from a gunman now in custody. In North Carolina,
prosecutors conclude 12 Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officers were justified after firing 340 shots in the deadly shooting of Terry Clark Hughes. Before he was killed, Hughes took the lives of 4 officers and wounded 4 others. It was the deadliest attack on law enforcement in the U.S. since 2016. In April of this year, a fugitive task force attempted to serve an arrest warrant at Hughes' home when investigators say he opened fire on officers from an upstairs window. Tom Graham, Fox News.
We will get a key update to the economy this hour.
Economists are forecasting that 175,000 jobs were added last month. That will be the lowest amount since April. The unemployment rate is anticipated to hold steady at 4.1%.
Fox's Hillary Barsky. Ahead of that, plunging futures suggest more selling on Wall Street the day after the Dow and the NASDAQ both dropped more than 400 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A teen charged in a double shooting last month in Champaign. Police say a 16-year-old boy and an 18-year-old woman shot July 20th traveling in a car on Colleen Drive. Both treated and released from hospitals. Police determined the 15-year-old was the shooter, the teen facing multiple charges. Another demonstrator involved in April's pro-Palestine protests at the University of Illinois charged with mob action. 21-year-old Victor Smith called to the Champaign County Courthouse yesterday for arraignment and the felony of mob actions. He's charged in connection to the protests. He's now the sixth person to be arrested as a result of actions taken during the protest. Vermilion County woman dead after her car colliding with a semi in rural Milford Wednesday night at the intersection of County Road 2000 East and 1000 North. The car traveling southbound proceeding through the marked intersection without stopping, hitting the semi-tractor traveling westbound. The woman died. The truck driver had minor injuries. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Sean Miller.
Here we go into the first full weekend of August. Good morning. I'm Stevie Jay. Morning, Diane.
Hello.
And morning, Greg Solier, brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you they've got the art fair going on from 10 to 4, both Saturday and Sunday. And today, if you'd like to take a brown bag lunch to Crystal Lake Park in Urbana and the Lake House, Billy Galt will entertain you.
Meteorologist Greg Solier, morning, friend. It's cloudy in August, man. That's okay. It's a little warm, but not bad. I mean, hey, it's summer.
Yeah, it's summertime, and enjoy it while you may. No heat per se, as in tough heat wave weather conditions. The rain's winding down around here, and things ought to be looking pretty good as long as you stayed away from any excess rain and or severe weather in the backyard and out on the back 40. And as expected, already the radar beginning to come to light here this morning. A little sprinkle and shower activity around Cissna Park, Hoopston, Rossville, and trailing down to a little bit north and west of about Danville. That'll be kind of filling in this morning with some spotty to sporadic showers. We're at 71 now, Wilderness Savoy, 69 at Rantoul. Yeah, kind of a dampish, muggy feel out there. The dew point's still up and elevated. They'll come down just a little bit this afternoon. Partly sunny skies, again, mustering up a couple of showers this morning and a couple of showers and thunderstorms in spots this afternoon, up around 82. Light wind, so again, and dry hours and certainly widely spacing to some of the rainfall as well. So a decent day's worth of early Aug weather. Down tonight with a bit less humidity late night tonight and a stray shower this evening. And overnight clearing to 68. Sunshine for the day tomorrow. Sunday, too. Both days, less humidity in the air as the day wears on. 88 tomorrow. 67 tomorrow night. 87 on Sunday. Back to the upper 80s to near 90 Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, the next cool front settles on southward. And with it, a stray shower thunderstorm. We're back in the lower and middle 80s. And much drier air, lower humidity the second half of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, good morning. It is Friday. It is August 2, according to what I got. So August 2nd, 2024. I try and keep up with the months. I kind of quit on the days, but I know it's August 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. We're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
You support the Medicare for All bill. It will totally eliminate private insurance.
Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
Assault weapons that are already in circulation. What do you do about those?
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
Okay, so not so much. She has flipped on all of those. Anthony Russo, the Truth Will Set You Free podcast. Well, good to know. There's about a dozen things that are different now. But, people evolve in 10 days,
It's amazing what can be done if you don't have to primary. When you circumvent the democratic process, here we are.
So where are we? $300 million raised in a month. It wasn't necessarily for Kamala as it was. Oh, boy, Joe's out. So here's my money that I was holding back. So it's a huge honeymoon going on. But the question is, she's the most liberal person ever to run for president and be the major party candidate. Do we fall for this? Or is she really changed in 10 days?
Well, do you and I fall for it? Absolutely not. Does the voter base, it's not an issue of falling for it. It's about being lulled into complacency, thinking that this is actually an altruistic side of her, that she really is all of a sudden miraculously a moderate. When I saw that, she was looking like she was going to easily get the actual the bump or the nod to be the candidate for the Democrats, I was like, there's no way. I don't get it. Like, this seems like a calculated mistake by the Democrat Party. And now I'm realizing it's not, because they're able to use the virtue signaling side, obviously the woman, the person of color, all these different things to get a little bit of bump and to rejuvenate the far left part of the party. And then when it comes to the anti-Trump group that were leaning towards Trump prior, they're able to convince people based, we always say that 88 to 92% of the media is leftist, and they're able to carry her water, and it literally is making her they're allowing her to get away with all of these flip-flops that are ultimately just lies. And I'm not against flip-flopping. Like, I think that we use that term too much, because people do evolve, they do change. But when you are able to hand feed Kamala Harris to the Democrat Party voters that never had to go through the primary process, I'm like, wow, this was another one of those times the Democrat marketing machine is one step ahead of all of us, because they were able to do what makes a candidate so dangerous, no matter how ill-equipped they are. If you don't have to primary, you don't have to win that far left vote, or if you on the right, you don't have to win that far right vote. So without that primary process, you become an incredibly dangerous candidate.
Okay, but I think as much as you and me, have out there about our views and our feelings, I believe if you put us in the Democratic machine, we'd win. Okay, because we just say, when will the Republicans quit lying? That's not true. She's for fracking. She's totally for police. She's always been for ICE. You're just a liar. So I mean, when you're dealing with what it tells me is that Kamala will do everything I say, which is the whole point of what the whole Joe Biden thing is. Joe just read what he was supposed to. Kamala now has proven she'll do the same.
No, absolutely. And she's got an easier way to do it, because there's the soundbite. All they have to say, that soundbite, that was 3.5 years ago. That soundbite was 4 years ago. To bring the country together, she now feels that she has to, go back on some of these beliefs. It's a weird place, because as much as I think that she is incredibly ill-equipped, and she really has no accolades to her career except for the positions she was in, because people will say, well, what has she done? Like, well, she was vice president. I go, yeah, I get it. But what's her qualifications? Well, she was senator. Okay, I get it. What did she do when she was a senator? What did she do when she was a VP? And miraculously, they're scrubbing so many things from her record right now, where they're like, the border czar? She was never the border czar. What about that video where they said she was in charge of the border? No, that wasn't it at all. She was in charge of immigration. Well, immigration is the border. Like, they're making these nuanced terms, and again, people like you and I can see through it. The question is, will that 10% middle voting base that is constantly being swayed each presidential election, are they going to take the bait, which the Democrats and the leftist media has just trickled out there like breadcrumbs?
Well, I mean, and I put all my chips on Josh Shapiro. How about you?
Yeah, I said that about a week or two ago. It's got to be Josh Shapiro, because Pennsylvania is going to be that big state, and I think that he'll carry Pennsylvania for them. But I still think that Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan still pose a difficult hill to climb, and I think that actually any of the more Muslim communities like Michigan and Minnesota, Josh Shapiro might actually hurt, because of his being Jewish, might actually hurt that voter base, which is ironic that we're talking about the Democrats losing votes because of their anti-Semitic views when they're supposedly the party of non-anti-Semitism. I think that needs to be discussed a little bit, but I think that he helps her. But if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, I said it's lock, stock, and barrel. Donald Trump has the election. After the assassination, Joe Biden's complete decline, and then going with Kamala Harris, I'm like, there's no way Donald Trump loses. Right now, you look at Vegas odds, and it's a dead heat, and I'm seriously concerned.
Well, you know what? I believe God's in control, and I also believe that if we get Kamala Harris in the White House, we deserve it. So, and listen, they have the machine, there's stuff that goes on, and if we allow that, then we deserve it. So we'll just have to wait and see. There's nothing you can do now, but you knew this was going to be the way they handled Joe Biden and what they did, just anointing. Okay, but hey, Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker, Gretchen Whitmer, they're out. They're out for 16 years. I hope they enjoy it, because it's going to be Josh Shapiro's going to have the inside for the next time. So good luck to y'all. Anyway, yikes. How can people find you, Anthony?
Truth will set you free, USA, and all the major the platforms, all the social media platforms. Easiest place to find me.
All right, my friend. Thanks for your time. 7:15, ESPN 93.5. What a ball game last night.
What a ball game,
The Cubs
Stevie.
stuck it to the Cardinals, and as a Cardinal station, we don't want to hear too much about it, but we got to do the recap, and we got to play the Cub perspective from 105.9 because they were screaming.
Agreed.
It was pretty awesome.
5-4 with Chicago over St. Louis. 1:20 start on both of our Stevie J broadcasting stations this afternoon. Let's get your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Orton, I'm John Rooney. Last night, the Cardinals took a 2-run lead to the bottom of the ninth inning. Ryan Helsley was on the mound, and he had a 1-run lead after a Cody Bellinger home run. The Cubs were down to their last out, but the Cubs pulled out a 5-4 victory.
Well, it really was a great game, but unfortunately a tough loss for the Cardinals as Ryan Helsley wasn't able to nail it down. He's been so good for Ollie Marmol, just couldn't get it done. The Cardinals had some chances to get more runs than they did, although their offense was really good against Shota Imanaga, and Sonny Gray pitched well enough to win. He actually had the win at one point in the game, but the Cardinals couldn't nail it down.
A home run for Goldschmidt in the first inning, and later a 2-run homer by Mason Wynn. And then Goldschmidt doubled, and Arenado drove him in for the 4th run.
Outstanding game for both Goldschmidt and Arenado, and nice to say that.
Game 2 of the series will feature Eric Fetty making his Cardinal debut 7-4 against Javier Assad 5-3. We're on the air today at 12:25. The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Yeah, you got to hear this because the Cubs weren't going to win, and the Cub fans didn't think they were going to win until they did.
Swanson extends his lead off the second base bag. He represents the winning run. 2-2 the count. Tauchman waits. Helsley deals. Line drive. This is a base hit down the left field line. Cubs are going to walk it off. Swanson scores.
Yes.
Cubs win. They come from behind against the Cardinals all-star closer and beat St. Louis 5-4 in the opener of this 4-game set.
Yeah, that was a stinger. But
Go Cubs, go.
Okay.
Go Cubs, go.
Cutter Mike. Just kidding.
Hey, Stevie.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Chicago White Sox at Minnesota, 7-10 start today. We had Team USA winning yesterday when it comes to women's basketball. Now the medal count is at USA on top with 38. France is next 28, and China's next with 26. Bears beat Houston in preseason football yesterday, 21-17.
Game not complete because of lightning, but that's okay.
Okay.
Nothing matters.
Did we hear the action on Q96?
We sure did.
Oh, good.
I listened to it. Weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you, back to school physicals, sports physicals, they got you. Find a location near you at carl.org.
Look at everyone's to check weather-free Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. Still one more little piece of energy and low pressure making its way out of the Midwest. That'll help to generate a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but as the day wears on, for the day-to-day, but widely scattered in nature, a push of slightly cooler, drier air, and more importantly, drier air settles on in over the next 48 hours, so a somewhat better feel. Temperatures stay on the warm side of average around here right through early next week. Next, a cool front drops on by Tuesday with a more refreshing air mass the second half of next week. Up to 82 for the day-to-day with a partly sunny sky developing and a stray shower thunderstorm in spots late morning as well as the afternoon with a light west-northwest wind. Tonight, an isolated shower thunderstorm chance this evening, gradual clearing, patchy late-night fog, and a low down to 68 tomorrow and Sunday. Mostly sunny, warm, but a bit less humid. 88 tomorrow, 87 on Sunday, highs in the upper 80s on Monday. Quick shower thunderstorm chance Tuesday, highs near 90, back in the lower 80s next Wednesday and Thursday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street will be reacting today to the monthly employment report. Yesterday's sell-off is attributed to concerns the U.S. economy is slowing after interest rates on 10-year treasuries dipped below 4%. ExxonMobil says its drilling was at record levels in the recent quarter. Its earnings and revenue top forecasts. Chevron saw production up 11%, but its quarter was mixed. Also, Chevron is relocating its headquarters from San Ramon, California, outside San Francisco, to Houston, Texas. Chevron says top executives will move to Houston to better collaborate with executives, employees, and business partners. Chevron currently has 7,000 employees in the Houston area, approximately 2,000 in California. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
I'm Janice Dean, Fox News senior meteorologist, and my podcast, the Janice Dean Podcast. Every week, I'll be focusing in on a person, a place, or a thing that deserves your attention because it makes the world a better place. Be sure to subscribe to the Janice Dean Podcast at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And don't forget to spread the sunshine.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Yeah, there's definitely some controversy about the biological man knocking out the biological woman in boxing in the Olympics. I thought the Olympic Committee said transgenders could have their own category, but they couldn't go against somebody who's a woman if you're a dude. So yeah, it was this Olympic boxer's trained all her life for this moment. Succumbed after just 46 seconds and crying profusely.
Oh.
And I've worked for this all my life, and I've never felt such harsh blows to my head. Why? Is any single person listening? No, nobody listened to us. There's no way. You don't. If you do, please. I mean, I'd like to hear the logic. Why would you put somebody, men are different than women? I guess if we don't agree on that.
You can totally tell on the build. I've got the picture up, and Iman Khalif and Angela Carini exchanged a few brisk punches in their 46 seconds of competition in the Paris ring. They were enough to persuade Carini that her Olympic debut was finished.
It's just, again, here we are in 2024, and we're letting... I guess we have to agree on one thing. Are women's bodies and men's bodies different? And if we can't get over that, there's some women that are flat out a lot stronger than some men. But biologically, if we're going to follow science, I'll take the guy over the girl. I mean, physically now. And that has nothing to do with mentally and strength within and character and smarts. A whole lot of women are smarter than a whole lot of men. But they're just built differently. And so you put them in a boxing ring, chances are the biological man's going to be stronger and hit harder because they're built differently. It's not controversial as long as they're into the science.
Right. It says Khalif was disqualified from the 2023 World Champions after failing an unspecified gender eligibility test. Her presence at the Paris Olympics has become a divisive issue.
Well, see, I just don't call him her. It's his. It's him.
Right.
Angela
Angela Carini, I felt severe pain in my nose. With the maturity of a boxer, I said enough because I didn't want to. I just couldn't finish the match.
Well, I wonder where the far left feminists are in this moment. I don't know why you wouldn't be outraged and say, why is that fair? A woman, we've worked for 50 plus years in Title IX of growing women in sports. That's wonderful. But then we're now mixing in men, and gosh, the men are winning. What a shock.
I mean, when it comes to boxing, especially, you're going to get pounded by someone who's developed like a guy.
You have these massive headgear. There's a better chance you'll survive that, but it's still terrible. It's just you shouldn't take the abuse, and it's anyway, if you want to jump on, you agree with me, then let me know if you think that, that's the new evolution, that we can put men and women in a boxing ring and see if the women can beat them up. And again, in some cases, I can handpick women that could beat up a man. I'll handpick the man. I'll take the woman.
You're right.
There's some people that'll knock your block off. But I'm saying, biologically, we have the science. All right, 217-359-2255 is the number to call if you want to jump on the Fisher National Bank text line.
When it comes to the text line, we've heard from EZ asking about son-in-law and the Cincinnati Reds.
Well, he's with AAA Louisville Bats. I follow them way closer than any baseball team.
Okay.
I'm a Jacob fan.
That's right.
And he's doing fine. He's had an exciting year, a groundbreaking year, and we're winding it down. I mean, if he doesn't get called back to the Cincinnati Reds, then he'll be done in the middle of September. And then it starts the whole off-season process of not doing any baseball for a month or two and then starting back up. And hopefully spring training and a chance to make the 26-man roster and all that. But no, been a good solid year and learned a lot, grown a lot, and he's a really good baseball player, and he's got a lot of nice highlights from the big leagues, which is cool. I watched all of them the other day. That was on the Cincinnati website, and you saw him throw guys out at home and get some big hits, and he's done really, really well, and he's well-liked in the Cincinnati organization. So it's been a heck of a year. Okay.
Got the Special Olympics Region I golf outing today at the
hold
Orange
on.
Course.
I want to back up on the boxer. Apparently, they don't like to be called he or she. They like to be called they.
Okay.
See, I'm out of the loop on really my pronouns. And
gotcha.
Sufficient ways to do that. So they believe they belong in the Olympics.
Okay.
But we, the majority of common sense people, don't.
Well, and so many times, I feel like they're starting to evolve a category for those.
Well, I mean, they're offering that, but why would they want that? I mean, the attention is you're going to get in there as a woman and show them what you've got. Well, when we don't respect that. And you don't see too many women changing to men and dominate. It's more men changing to women and dominating. And then, again, the women are outraged, as you should be. The people that are competing are going, that's not fair that I get second when I had it won except for the guy. Or except for them?
I was taking a class this week and enhancing my knowledge of people with disabilities and helping and support. And there was a demographics form that we were reviewing yesterday, and it certainly has evolved from male female.
Well, there's boy girl, and I'm sorry, I
think there were like 4 different, maybe 5 different boxes you could check.
Okay. All right, that's fine. But God made us as men and women, and I'm sticking with it. I'm kind of going with the Bible on it. It's just, I don't get it. And you can identify as something else. You can identify as a cat if you like, but you're not. So I think it's more of a mental health issue when you start identifying as something so far out there that how do we condone that and say, okay, just go with it because that's what they feel. That's fine. They can live your life however you want. But you can't make us endorse that. The difference in our time now is you get screamed at. You get shouted down because you don't accept that I believe I'm a hippopotamus today. And my emotional pet is a donkey. Okay, you can do whatever you want with your life. But don't make and scold me for not buying in and saying I agree with all you believe. And that's all it is. I'm gonna hang in there with you and pray for you and I hope you're okay. But it doesn't mean I have to endorse you.
Right.
That's the change. Is that not only do you have to take what I am, but you have to endorse it too. You have to be all for it. And
well, we're all God's children.
We are all God's children, and we all should be tolerating everything we can, but you can't get in my face and make me believe what you believe, and I'm not going to do the same to you either. That's how it works. Felt good. 7:30, Johnny, coming up next.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. 3 Americans currently at Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio for health evaluations following their release from Russian captivity after the largest prisoner swap in post-Soviet history. Marine veteran Paul Whelan held for 2,043 days.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm home. Yeah. I'm never going back there again.
Joined by Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich. He was arrested March of 2023, sentenced last month to 16 years in prison by a Russian court. The U.S. called his hurried trial a sham. Journalist Alsu Kromasheva, with Russia and American citizenship, detained in Russia in June of last year, also home. And the acting Secret Service Director, Ronald Rowe Jr., delivers an update on the probe into the botched security leading to the assassination attempt of former President Trump at 2 p.m. Eastern. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A teen charged in a double shooting last month in Champaign. Police say a 16-year-old boy and 18-year-old woman shot July 20th, traveling in a car on Colleen Drive. Both treated and released from hospitals. Police determined the 15-year-old was the shooter. The teen faces multiple charges. A new solar farm seems to have the green light in Ford County, at least from the zoning board. Earthrise Energy had the idea to build a solar farm next to their peaking plant on the outskirts of Gibson City. Wednesday night, with a 5-0 vote, the board recommended the solar project, saying the project construction would need to begin within a year's time and finish within 3 years. Champaign County Clerk is once again emphasizing the need for poll workers this election season, especially Republicans. They need a total of 325. Right now they have 302, but they're short on Republican judges with only 91 so far and 211 Democrats. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim Miller. Our weather with meteorologist Greg Solier for the weekend, brought to you by Busey. For over 150 years, Busey, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for you, Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. Drier air, more comfortable air mass, and warm temperatures. Pretty much the story going forward the next 2 or 3 days. One more little smoke or two of energy for the day-to-day, with wrapped around low pressure in the upper atmosphere making its way out of the Midwest. So clouds will tend to fill in for the day-to-day, but also some peaks of sun and a stray shower. Thunderstorm as the morning wears on and into the afternoon, but isolated and widely scattered in coverage until the afternoon. Up to 82 the forecast high, and a light wind for tonight. A stray shower this evening. Overnight, get clearing of the skies and some patchy late night fog, and a low down to 68 tomorrow and Sunday. Warm, less humid, some patchy fog early on both days. High temperature up near 88 tomorrow, upper 60s tomorrow night, and a Sunday high of 87. Up to 88 on Monday, 90 on Tuesday. That's the next cool front moving in with a stray shower, thunderstorm, and a nice air mass for the time of year, with highs in the lower 80s for next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgan.
All right, off we go. We're at 7:34. Still kind of fired up about the dude who knocked out the woman in the Olympics. I just think it's wrong. There's no way that's fair. The woman trained all her life. She lasted 46 seconds in the ring. Well, we're happy to welcome back to the program retired New York Police Department Lieutenant Commander, owner-operator of Blue Line Pilot Cars, Republican conservative candidate for New York State Assembly, District 11, our friend Joe Cardinale. Joe, how in the heck are you?
Good, my friend. How you doing today?
Well, great to have you back. My brother Johnny's always Fridays at this time. This is a spot where Mike Ditka was always on for 20 years with us, Joe. So, Johnny, we got Joe Cardinale. Do you remember the lieutenant, retired Lieutenant Commander Joe Cardinale?
Absolutely.
John, how are you, my friend? I'm good, Joe. We need someone that can fill Mike's shoes. You're the guy.
Well, okay, so I got to end this thing, and I don't understand. You know, I'm going to try and love everybody I can. I want to love God. I want to love the people of the world. But this guy knocking out a woman, and it just infuriates me. I'll start with you, Joe. Is there any modicum of fairness here?
You know what? It's funny. I'm so glad you started off with that because my buddy Tony Petraglia, he's a retired sergeant from the NYPD. His two daughters are ranked female boxers in the United States. One of them almost went to the Olympics as a backup. All right, and this came up in Long Island, and on Nassau County, the county exec Bruce Blakeman, he absolutely banned it and said, "There's no way I'm having anybody fight. It's not going to happen here." Letitia James, the Attorney General, told him, "You're going to reverse that," and he says, "The hell I am." All right, and it's still standing. All right, and it needs to be challenged across this country. If they want to have a separate category for just men, women, and them, all right, then they should do that. All right, they should do that. There's no way. That's like putting Mike Tyson in the ring, and he's just saying for the day, "You know what? I'm identifying as this today." One punch from that man will kill you, all right? And this is what's happening. That girl took one punch from a man, all right, which is ridiculous because this coward, this pathetic excuse of a boxer couldn't take it in the ring with people of his own gender. So he goes over to the female side. Riley Gaines is one of my favorite people in the United States because her face, the way she stared at that podium when she lost that medal, all right, when she lost the ranking and everything, she lost her life dreams, should have been on the cover of every magazine across this country because her face said it all. This is ridiculous. Somebody's going to get killed, and nobody's going to be held accountable for it.
Well, Riley didn't really lose anything. They just took it away from her. And that's what's so sad. I'll tell you, that brought tears in my eyes. I mean, the poor girl, and I'm glad she quit because she could have been seriously injured. But Joe, what do women's rights mean if a man can wake up on the day and decide he wants to be a woman and take them all away? It's like it's just beyond the pale. And our president declared men can play on girls. That's one of his crazy edicts. And the vice president is all in on that. Has she made any comment? Or let me ask you, has her staff made any comments?
Well, she's changing a lot of things right now, but I haven't seen any decision by that. But, she's changed at least 10 things on what she believes. This is one of those... Steve, Trump immediately said, we're not having guys playing on girls' sports teams. He said that every rally that I've heard, he said that. But it's just, again, where we are, we're in a woke virus in this country, Joe. You're running for New York State Assembly. You're a Republican in New York. Why are you doing this?
Because it needs to be done, all right? Everybody's saying, you know what, the worst thing you could tell me is something can't be done because then I'm out there working even harder. I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, Stevie, since we spoke the last time. And, John, you could appreciate this. I'm doing the old-fashioned way. I'm going door to door, introducing myself to people. All right? And you'd be surprised at how many people are just as disgusted as we are across the aisle. All right? My whole platform is just common sense. And we got to bring some common sense back to not just New York, but to America. All right? And if you're offended by certain things that the former president and soon-to-be next president, Donald Trump, says, too bad, all right, because he calls it the way he sees it, all right, and people just don't like that. You have to sugarcoat it. I mean, I saw a video of Kamala sitting there, and they're going around the room wasting time of, I'm Kamala Harris, and I identify as, you know what, I'm Joe Cardinelli. I identify as a proud American, all right, who loves God, country, his family, and his friends. That's who I identify as. And when people start waking up and start realizing that that's what we have to get back to as a nation and stop coddling these idiots, these morons that just want to wake up one morning and start saying, well, you know what, things aren't working out for me. I think I'm just going to be female for the day. I'm a pretty good boxer. I'm going to go in the ring. I'm going to try to, maim somebody, and I'll make a name for myself by doing it. Enough of this crap. Enough of it. Wake up, America. It's slipping away as faster than you think.
Well, I'll tell you, by the way, Stevie J, our friend down here, John Kennedy, our senator from Louisiana, he pointed out that Kamala's just AOC without the bartending experience.
But John, did you see what happened with Neil Cavuto's interview of him when they were going back and forth and bantering? And the one thing about John Kennedy, he's one of my idols. I do love that man. I really do. He brightens my day with his rhetoric, and I appreciate it. But he turned around and said to Neil, "Hey Neil, I'm sorry if I offended you today." And Neil's like, "You didn't offend me." And Neil's getting it's the testiest I've ever seen Neil get. All right, and they were going back and forth, and John Kennedy just stood there and held his ground and said, "This is the way it is." I'm sorry. He goes, "But do you think the name calling? This is the audacity of some people. Do you think the name calling of Kamala Harris is necessary? You're talking about a president, a former president, who got put through ringers like you've never seen before. All right, they call him every name under the sun. They call him a Nazi. They call him everything. And because he turns around and tries to explain in his ways that you can't go from being a female black to a female Indian, back to a female black, back to a female Indian, because it suits your political needs for the day, all right? And that's picking on her. No, it's not. It's her own words, all right? But you can't get this anymore.
I'll tell you, back to your campaign, door-to-door is more powerful than ever, Joe, because people don't see other people at all. It's all text and social media. And if you can see someone in person, they'll never forget it. He came and says hi to me.
Yeah.
I think that's big. If you can, it's hard because you got to cover a lot of ground, and but it's very effective.
What's your district? Is it blue or red district, Joe?
It's mixed. It's blue in some areas, but John, I have to tell you, Stevie and John, what I do get is I had a gentleman who turned around, Democrat, his whole life and everything. I knocked on his door. His grandchildren went up from Georgia, and I knocked on the door. He goes, "Yes, can I help you?" And I introduced myself, gave him my palm card, and he puts a smile on his face, and he shakes my hand. He goes, he read the palm card, saw a couple of things on it. He goes, "I'm going to tell you why I'm going to vote for you." He goes, "And all the time I'm living here, nobody's ever knocked on my door to introduce themselves to me." He says, "And I like what I see on here." He goes, "As a matter of fact, do you have a lawn sign?" And I just happen to have one
left. How about that?
And I gave it to him.
No kidding.
And I said, this is not, this is not an anomaly here. There's something, because when you start getting it from different areas, and people appreciate it. And when I do approach them, I say, I don't care what your political affiliation is. I'm asking you to vote common sense, to see what I stand for and see if it resonates with you. And they stand there and they go, "We will." And they take the card, and you'd be surprised. Sometimes you get more crap from your own party than you do from people outside the party.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you, more power to you. Yeah. I'd vote for you.
I'd tell you, I'd vote for you. How many, I say out of 10 homes, how many answer?
Oh, it depends on the time of day. First of all, it's been so hot, so I go in the evening. And the good thing about the evening is, in the 55 and older communities, which is really the what do you call it, the crust of our voting power here. I see the door open, and if it's not on my list to knock on, I knock on it anyways. I see an open door; it's an opportunity to know somebody's home. If they're home, people do. I'd say maybe 7 out of 10. When I say that they hear it because the air conditioning is going. So I feel it's like a 7 out of 10, depending on the time of day. Sometimes it's 50-50. But
more than I would have guessed, because back in the day, it was like exciting when somebody came to your door. Now it's like dive behind the couch. Somebody's knocking at our door. Somebody comes here, except then they text and tell us.
Who is that?
Yeah. And so you're enjoying this process, and usually door-to-door is the best way to win elections. But when you get in there, you'll be a minority, Joe. That's just hitting your head on the wall a lot, isn't it?
You know what? I love a good fight.
Okay.
I really do love a good fight. And you know what? If we get this seat and 2 others, it's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone to have a veto power. They have the supermajority up in Albany. They have the governor, Senate, and the Assembly. I mean, right now they have over 100 compared to 48. But if we do bring it down, a few seats up and take a few away, they don't have that supermajority any longer. All right, and now the Senate too. You want to get a few more seats up there, and hopefully in 2 years we get the. I'm going to be very sweet here. I'm just going to say the acting governor Hochul out of there, all right? Because you would think at this stage of the game that they would say, enough with this bail reform, we need to change it. But they doubled down on their stupidity.
Well, this is one of the things that Johnny. Here's one that Joe's talking about is there's something just passed in effect in New York City. It's How Many Stops Act, and it means that this controversial law will require officers to document race, gender, and age of every single person they interact with. That's all they want is more paperwork, right, Joe?
Absolutely, they want a Stepford Police Department, and that's what they're doing. It's the city council. Let me tell you how the city council ruins New York State, and New York City ruins New York State, all right? Because of their inane policies and everything like this, they think they could push it all the way up to Albany. I'll tell you another rumor when I get done telling you this that's really unsettling to a lot of people. But the power that they have, and then good old Mayor Adams says, well, I'm going to veto it. And I know this is probably behind closed doors they do it. I'll veto it. You override me. It's a law. It's done. Let's go to lunch. All right, that's the kind of business I firmly believe goes on in New York City. But it's no longer, you just can't stop for taillights. You can't have a gut instinct anymore because you have to document everything. And if that person tells you to go pound, all right, then you're not getting anything on the paperwork, but you do have to fill out the form. And what we just spoke about with who identifies as what, that other box is probably going to be checked a million times. So,
well, I think my favorite John Kennedy was when he said, Nancy Pelosi's been taking too many Tide Pods. I mean, it's just...
there's a rumor that Andrew Cuomo wants to run for New York City mayor.
What?
Against Adams. So just think of the magnitude of that. You'll have the lemmings that, just vote party line that'll follow him off a cliff that... they don't see the damage he already did, the lies he told, the lives he affected, all right, during COVID and everything. They don't see that as something that should automatically disqualify this person. But can you imagine if he did, and you have Hochul up in Albany, and you have him down in New York City squeezing the crap out of New York State? That would be really that would be the end of politics in New York State if people allow that to happen. So
you can vouch for this probably. The more they overwhelm law enforcement, the less they can enforce the law, and the more crime we have. It's just simply correlative. The more you slow down the police, the less they can do to help us. And our Democratic presumptive candidate, she's not soft on crime. She's pro-crime. She raises money to get the criminals out of jail. And we can't keep piling on our officers. We're not going to get the protection that we're unfortunately going to need, especially as our presumptive vice president opens the borders. So it's a big moment. We need to vote for people like Joe, and we got to get Trump in now. That's where we are.
Yeah, though, if either all of us who are obviously not Democrat or progressive, if we were put into the Democratic machine, we could probably win the presidency. Any of us, because of their machine. The machine's impressive.
It's so scary though, because to Johnny's point, think about this. And this is something that is in the papers about the mastermind of 9/11. All right, that he's getting a life sentence in Guantanamo Bay.
Unbelievable.
So, whereas right now we're well over 3,000 have died since 9/11 from the cancer-related illnesses that happened from there. So you're talking about probably close to 7,000 soon people that have died from that, and those families got life sentences. All right, they got life sentences. This man goes over there, and it's going to be on our tax dollars. We have to sustain his life for whatever miserable time he has left on this earth. And then they turn around and they do this deal with the Saudis and everything there. Okay, we'll just tell them that you were involved in this. Where are the lawsuits that want to go forward? The government should not make deals on behalf of families that lost members of their family and loved ones. They should not make deals on that. The family should be at those hearings and say, this is what we want. But even when they do that, they crap all over them. So this country, and what crossed the border is more of his compadres over there coming across the border right now, already here.
And that's a problem. So we've got to hopefully outvote the machine, Steve, and that's hard. that's hard to do. I don't think we have a problem with real votes, but as far as the Democratic delivery of votes, that's the challenge.
Well,
But
apparently the Trump campaign says they have 100,000 people ready to go. They've got, as far as people watching, but can you get close enough in, say, Philadelphia when they put, covers on their windows and you can't actually see what they're doing?
You're just talking vote night of the vote. We're also talking about months before the vote. We've got drop boxes everywhere, and many votes don't even need signatures, so they're just suddenly these boxes are full of votes. And who's going to watch them? All the cameras are off, or you can't get the film. It's ridiculous, and I don't know how we got to where they were able to keep that up. But I think we are okay, Joe. I think we can make it through. I don't know if Kamala's really going to be the nominee, because I just can't imagine her even holding out for 2 weeks without things.
Here's my whole theory on that, because it's going to get people out to vote. It's getting the feeling. I mean, if you look at just so you know, guys and ladies, I never was on social media until this campaign. So I read stuff out there right now, and I see, like a gentleman turns around and says, she hires these dancers to go and twerking. Like, that's what young black girls are all about today. And he says, this is what turns my stomach about her. And he goes, I'll never vote for her. This is resonating, all right? And people are seeing it. And people are saying, you know what? He might be brash. He might be this. But they put that man through the ringer, and he's still standing, and he's still willing to do this. I'm going to give him my vote. And you'd be surprised at how many people are doing that right now.
Well,
but you're right, though, Johnny. If we don't get those votes properly documented, and if they start pulling the crap like they're pulling in Georgia, where if I have your first initial and your last name, and I know your address and everything, I can go on the computer and just tell you I'm withdrawing my vote. I don't want to vote this year. And then when you do go to vote that person, it's not going to count.
Yeah.
So they really have to do all these checks beforehand. But when you have a machine pushing all the buttons, like you said, who's going to counteract that when it's all done internally and they're laughing about it?
Well, there's a lot of people that have been fighting it for years, and I'm hoping they've been effective enough to make the difference. And it's a pretty clear choice, too, Stevie. It's our candidate who's real, good, bad, and ugly, and then completely fake. So who do you want? And I'm going with the real guy who really and truly, to me, wants to do everything he can for America and the Americans who live there.
Well, as we recall, Johnny, the great Mike Ditka always used to say on the program, either stop it, just stop it, or you get what you tolerate. And if they get in, we get it. So have to see what happens. Joe, I appreciate you, man. How can people connect with Joe Cardinale, retired Lieutenant Commander, New York City Police, running for Assembly? Good for you, man. How do we reach you?
They could go to Joe Cardinale for Assembly. It'll be on X. It'll be on Instagram. It's on Facebook. JoeCardinale.com. JoeCardinaleForAssembly.com. They have that. And at Gmail, you'll find everything on there. They can see everything I'm fighting for, everything that needs to be changed in New York. And basically, like I said, it's common sense. If you're good with hemorrhaging money to the tune of $6 billion in New York State to illegal migrants while my veterans, my homeless, and my seniors are suffering for this, then it's status quo for you. If you're good with bail reform, then it's status quo for you. You already drank the Kool-Aid. There's no getting through to you. So,
well, Joe, thanks for doing it, because we need guys like you. And I might have to run up there, and you can show me how to use all those social media tools, because I have no.
So that's why door to door.
There you go.
Hey, listen, by the way, I think it's Josh Shapiro. That's my full prediction for vice presidential candidate for Kamala, the governor of Pennsylvania. They're starting their rally Tuesday. Who would ever go to Pennsylvania first if it's not your governor, right? So that's not much deducing I've done, but I think it's going to be Josh Shapiro as the VP. Does that matter, Joe? Do you think?
Think about that, though, fellas. Think about that. Yeah, Josh Shapiro representing a state where Kamala Harris wants to stop the fracking over there, where it's the livelihood of so many people, and she's going to change the face of Pennsylvania. Okay, here's what's going to happen. She will be the nominee. They're going to get a bump in the polls because of it. Everybody's going to get, ooh, Kamala. And then the reality is going to set in of what she's been doing for the past 4 years. all right? And then they're going to say it's a big zero because she's a big zero, all right? I think really, man, they should have Alfred E. Newman, Buttigieg up there because then it'd be really a great time to have up there in Washington, you know?
Well, and remember,
for the transportation.
Just what we were talking about earlier, which is putting guys on girls' sports team, is reason enough not to vote for her. That what more
Absolutely.
reason do you need? I don't know. And then it goes on from there. But that is so completely talk about anti-democracy, and really quite offensive to, I think, God, our Creator. I just can't get over that. And that poor girl who probably was pretty competitive almost gets seriously injured. And I guess this guy will go on and win a gold, Stevie, whatever. But we need to keep Kamala out of there, or we're going to have more and more of that here.
Well, and we'll see. But by the way, she's now for fracking. So and she's not.
Well,
for, yeah.
I don't think she's on tape saying that.
Yeah,
That's
she is.
all.
Yeah, she's for.
Okay.
Oh no, I've
see.
got her on tape saying I'm against fracking, but the one where she just sat down and said, "No, I'm for fracking." Yeah.
I'm for fracking.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever gets me votes.
Right. No, but what illuminates to me is she's perfect for this job because she'll do whatever they tell her to do.
Well, I don't think she will. I think that's why they wanted Joe in. She won't be as easy to manage. I'm very worried about her. There's no telling what she'll do.
She's the true Manchurian candidate.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you, Joe Cardinale. Johnny, I appreciate you in New Orleans. Thank you so much, guys, for being on today. It's awesome.
All right, Joe.
Appreciate
Great
it.
talking with you. Good luck.
Johnny, Stevie, Diane, take care.
Thank you, Joe Cardinale out in Long Island, New York. Brother Johnny down in New Orleans, Louisiana. ESPN 93.5. 7:56. Man, that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Check your, and please jump on. All of our guests come on the Tapman's Toy and phone line. All our texts come through on the text at 217-359-2255, Fisher National Bank text line. Weather this morning brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements. Check it out at kramersiding.com.
Looking everyone to check weather free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Still one more little piece of energy and low pressure making its way out of the Midwest. That'll help to generate a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but as the day wears on for the day-to-day, but widely scattered in nature, a push of slightly cooler, drier air, and more importantly, drier air settles on in over the next 48 hours, so a somewhat better feel. Temperatures stay on the warm side of average around here right through early next week. Next, a cool front drops on by Tuesday with a more refreshing air mass the second half of next week. Up to 82 for the day-to-day with a partly sunny sky developing and a stray shower thunderstorm in spots late morning as well as the afternoon with a light west-northwest wind. Tonight, an isolated shower thunderstorm chance this evening, gradual clearing, patchy late-night fog, and a low down to 68 tomorrow and Sunday. Mostly sunny, warm, but a bit less humid. 88 tomorrow, 87 on Sunday, highs in the upper 80s on Monday. Quick shower thunderstorm chance Tuesday, highs near 90, back in the lower 80s next Wednesday and Thursday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchis, Greg Soldier.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Your number one sports bar and grill is Pia's. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to watch all your favorite sports teams play on the big screen TVs as you enjoy great drink specials and the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. With the slot machines, darts, video, golf, and outdoor beer garden, meet your friends at Pia's since 1975. Open mornings at 7 a.m., Sundays at 8. See you at Pia's.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Less hiring may lead to more selling. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News stocks could plunge a second day in a row after a worse than expected jobs report just out sent futures dropping big.
114,000 jobs on non-farm. The estimate was 175,000 jobs. The unemployment rate unexpectedly went up. We went up to 4.3%. We were looking for a rate of 4.1.
Fox Business Network Cheryl Casoni, the job creation's the lowest since April, and the government revised May and June hiring down by 29,000 jobs. 3 Americans among the 24 freed in a prisoner swap with Russia are back in the U.S. and will be evaluated at an Army Medical Center in Texas where they landed a few hours ago.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm home. Yeah. I'm never going back there again.
That's Paul Whelan. He'd been detained in Russia for 6 years and calls his spy conviction nonsense. Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich lifted his mother off the ground, hugging her when he landed.
Gershkovich was detained in March of last year.
It's
overwhelming. The prisoner exchange included 7 countries, with Russia releasing 16 people and receiving 8 in return. It's the largest U.S.-Russia prisoner swap since the Cold War.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. President Biden, when greeting the Americans just before midnight, said,
"To me, this is about the essence of who we are as a country."
Now, one of the 8 prisoners Russia got back is an assassin convicted of murder in Germany. Former President Trump tells Fox Business's Maria Bartiromo,
"As usual, it was a win for Putin or any other country that deals with us, but we got somebody back, so I'm never going to be challenging that."
But the former president also says the swap sets a bad precedent, leading to perhaps more Americans taken hostage. Former President Trump's new November opponent, Vice President Harris, set a monthly fundraising record for a presidential campaign. She and the Democrats raked in $310 million, more than double the Trump July fundraising. America's listening to Fox News.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We'll get an update from the Secret Service today on the investigation into security lapses in the Trump assassination attempt 20 days ago in Butler, Pennsylvania, from where Fox's C.B. Cotton reports.
Republican Senator Josh Hawley says a whistleblower claims that Secret Service Acting Director Ronald Rowe personally directed cuts to a division of the agency which does threat assessments for events. Hawley says this whistleblower claims threat assessment agents were not on scene during the rally and no evaluation was done of the site prior to the event.
There's an update on 3 men in the U.S. illegally who got into legal trouble. First in Georgia.
The illegal migrant accused of killing Georgia nursing student Laken Riley is due in a Clark County courtroom for his status hearing this morning. It will determine whether her accused killer will take a plea deal or go to trial. If convicted, Jose Ibarra faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. He's already pleaded not guilty to 10 charges. 9 of them are felonies, including malice murder, 3 felony murder charges, kidnapping, and aggravated assault with intent to rape. Bond has already been denied for Ibarra. Brooke Singman, Fox News.
2 other migrants who tried to breach a Marine Corps base in Virginia have been set free.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirming that Hasdan Hamdan and Mohammed Dabus, both Jordanian nationals in the country illegally, have been freed on bond on orders of a federal court in Virginia. They are accused of trying to gain access to Quantico, posing as Amazon drivers, but for what purpose is still not clear. A federal source telling Fox News there is no information tying either of them to any nefarious organization. They are allowed their due process. Conditions of their release include showing up for immigration proceedings and staying away from Quantico or other military installations. Jack Callahan, Fox News.
At the Olympics, the U.S. has won more medals today, increasing the American lead at the Summer Games to 39. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Vermilion County woman dead after her car colliding with a semi in rural Milford Wednesday night at the intersection of County Road 2000 East and 1000 North. The car traveling southbound proceeding through the marked intersection without stopping, hitting the semi-tractor traveling westbound. The woman died. The truck driver had minor injuries. A teen charged in a double shooting last month in Champaign. Police say a 16-year-old boy and an 18-year-old woman shot July 20th traveling in a car on Colleen Drive. Both treated and released from hospitals. Police determined the 15-year-old was the shooter, the teen facing multiple charges. Another demonstrator involved in April's pro-Palestine protests at the University of Illinois, charged with mob action. 21-year-old Victor Smith called to the Champaign County Courthouse yesterday for arraignment in the felony of mob actions. He's charged in connection to the protests. He's now the sixth person to be arrested as a result of actions taken during the protest. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim Miller. Here we are on a weekend, first full weekend of August. Oh, by the way, anecdotally, so I moved a refrigerator last night, right? And we got to go get a truck because can't walk a refrigerator a mile away, which is all it was. So Solye, we go to U-Haul, and I'm here to tell you, they're back. The students are here.
Yeah.
And it's like it's August.
You could have
August
that maybe
2.
help.
Right.
Did you try and get some volunteer type help?
Oh yeah, we had some CrossFit help, so
Yes.
it wasn't too bad to move refrigerators. But I'm saying we go out there. There's no more dollies. Dollies are gone. See you later, dollies. No dollies. So we can't do a refrigerator with a dolly. So we have to go to Home Depot. Oh, they don't have one. Go to Menards. We find a rental, and we get a dolly. And then we got to go back get the truck, and we were there half an hour ago, and nobody was there. Now there's a line out the door.
Oh, wow.
So then we're standing in line, and they're all getting trucks, and we finally get a truck, get her all done, get everything taken back. Got to get the dolly back by 10 because that's when Menards closed. Get there at 5 till. Anyway, they're here. Hey, the students are back, man.
Yep.
And if you want to try and rent a dolly in this town in a week, good night. Okay, go buy one. You won't be able to rent one. It's just what we got, and I'm glad they're back. All right, weekend weather, Mr. Greg. What are you thinking?
Well, I think it's going to be a nice weekend to enjoy, perhaps for some, their first weekend here in the Twin Cities, Champaign-Urbana, East Central Illinois. Humidity will be down, temperatures will be warm, the sun will be out, but today still a little iffy proposition. A couple of little bitty showers around, just south of Villa Grove, for example, northeast of Ogden St. Joe, a few drops of rain, Sista Park, across the Indiana border to around just north of about Covington. So if you can deal with that and a couple of showers this afternoon, don't think we'll have the widespread, severe, rampaging stuff that came out of Wisconsin yesterday afternoon and evening time, more down through Kentucky and flooded out areas of Indiana. The story from yesterday's outbreaks there. Then we sit in good shape around here and a pretty quiet weather picture going into next week. 72 at Willard and Savoy, 68 Ogden St. Joe, 70 at Rantoul, 70 over at Clinton, up to 82 today, just a couple of degrees below average. Humidity still up, and that again breeds a stray shower this morning, maybe an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. Light winds, humidity down a little bit tonight, but still enough to generate late night fog and a low down to 68 tomorrow. Patchy fog in the morning, probably Sunday morning, sunshine the rule. Otherwise, less humidity as the weekend wears on. At 88 tomorrow, upper 60s tomorrow night, 87 on Sunday, a Monday high of 88. We're back to 90 on Tuesday. Short-lived. It's a cool front, nice pattern shift into cooler, drier air with low to mid 80s and dry weather too for the second half of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solkin.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much, Greg. Our meteorologist does an outstanding job. We really like having him on. Well, former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich are part of the prisoner swap. We get 4 back. They get 8, Russia. Director of Policy, Government Affairs for American Principles Project, GOP strategist John Schweppe. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me this morning.
My pleasure. Okay, so if it's my family, I want them to move heaven and earth to get my loved ones back. No question about it. We in the West believe in life. We believe in people. So I have zero problem with that part of it. But if you step back and pretend it's a chessboard, you'd never trade 4 pawns for a rook, a queen, and 2 bishops. So it's a bad thing. They're going to keep taking our people, but I'd want them to do it for me.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We're really glad to have our Americans back and, happy for their families and all of that. But, this is unfortunately what happens when we show weakness on the world stage. And frankly, trading here and giving Russia everything they want is another example of that. And what's going to happen is that they're insane now for foreign powers and terrorist organizations and all that to capture Americans because they know they'll be able to trade with the United States government. So, this is something where it really does matter who the commander-in-chief is and how he projects his power throughout the world. And unfortunately, we're in a situation where Joe Biden, everyone on the world stage knows the guy's, working 4-hour shifts, basically, 4 hours a day. And that projects weakness, and we need to have somebody else in there.
All right. What's keeping China from Taiwan if we're so weak right now? I mean, there's a real window, isn't there?
There is, and there's probably a lot going into that because that would be, quite the earthquake on the world stage. But I think that this is the fear, right? We are a few months from an election. Is Kamala Harris ready to step in Joe Biden's place? We don't know. Donald Trump, we do know, right? We have 4 years of strength on the world stage where Russia didn't attack Ukraine under Donald Trump. China wasn't making these types of moves towards Taiwan potentially, and so we got to make sure that this just isn't a joke. I think a lot of times we vote over how nice a guy tweets or how they did in an interview. No, we need a president who projects strength so that way Americans are safe abroad. One of the best things about Donald Trump from 2016 to 2020 for me was they're not going to mess with us. They think he's crazy. Okay, and that's what happened. When he said don't do this, he meant it, and he did stuff if they did, so they just waited. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And by the way, just another example of this, you think anyone's taking Israelis hostage right now besides, Palestine because of what's happening there? I mean, they are projecting strength, and that's where we got to be. And, again, we got Brittany Griner back a few months ago, obviously glad to have these Americans back. But, when we're trading people like arms dealers and murderers and all of this, you're basically saying to Russia, go ahead, you can go kill again. You have impunity here, right? And so it's just not good foreign policy, and it puts Americans in danger, frankly.
I'm all in on Josh Shapiro as Kamala's vice presidential candidate. What say you?
I think that's likely who it's going to be. I mean, that seems to be, they need to win Pennsylvania, and, he's won a statewide election at least twice there. But, this is a guy who's pretty radical as well. And people are going to try to bill him as a moderate. You look at where he stands on social issues. This is a guy who's been, a transgender activist for, since like 2006, was supporting, men and women's sports and all of that. So,
he would be for the boxer knocking out the woman boxer, I guess.
He would. In fact, yeah. Wow. No, he's somebody who says trans women are women in every instance.
Not in boxing. Come on, man. John, we were railing about that last hour. All right, so Josh Shapiro brings Pennsylvania to Kamala Harris. He is Jewish. Is that a problem for the progressives?
I think it might be. It's just kind of crazy to say in 2024, but the Democrats have real issues in their coalition of anti-Semitism, and, folks have talked about this. I don't know how legitimate this is, but by winning Pennsylvania, are you potentially putting Michigan at risk, right? Because there's quite a few Muslims in Michigan who don't really like Israel. So we'll see what happens there. But, it's always fun to see their instability in their coalition because they got too much hate going on.
Well, at least Kamala's changed her mind and evolved over the last 10 days on about 10 issues. So you got that going for you.
Yeah, I guess, if people don't like where you stand, you can just lie. It's the just lie strategy. I guess that works for the Democrats.
Well, now people evolve. How dare you, sir? It's been 10 whole days. I mean, well, I tell you what to me it just illuminates is that she'll do whatever we want her to do, so that's fine. My brother doesn't think that's true, but she might be a wild card too. Anyway, we'll see what happens. John Schweppe, how can people connect with what you do?
My organization's at AmericanPrinciplesProject.org, and I am on Twitter at John Schwetz.
Appreciate you, John. Thanks for your time. 8:15 in the morning on this August 2nd, Friday morning, on the way to the weekend sports headline.
And this weekend we have a Cubs card series. You can hear the action here on ESPN 93.5 or across the hallway here at Stevie Jay Broadcasting on US 105.9 with a 1:20 start this afternoon. With the Cubs beating the St. Louis Cardinals, I suppose since we're right now on our Cardinal affiliate, you don't necessarily want to run the Redbird recap.
No, when they lose, we'll run at our minimum standard of once. But then we can play the clip that gave the Cubs a bottom of the ninth thrilling victory.
Swanson extends his lead off the second base bag. He represents the winning run. 2-2 the count. Talkman waits. Helsley deals. Line drive. This is a base hit down the left field line. Cubs are going to walk it off. Swanson scores. Cubs win. They come from behind against the Cardinals all-star closer and beat St. Louis 5-4 in the opener of this 4-game set.
I believe that's the first time all year the Cubs are 46 wins and no losses leading in the ninth inning of baseball games this year. It's the first time, and the Cubs had to come up with 3 runs to do it. That's quite a comeback.
Yeah, it was. And good to be listening to that. In fact, we also had preseason NFL action.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears had a 21-17 lead when they called off the game because of thunder and lightning that was hovering over Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame game.
Okay.
But the Bears had more points than the Texans, and you heard it on Q96. All the hits, Q96 is where the Bears will live this year.
Yeah, I've been talking with some different people who'd like to get their message out on the Bears games. I'm excited about that addition. And as a matter of fact, some of those people I'm talking about are getting ready for the regionalized Special Olympic golf outing happening today at the Orange Course in Savoy. So all the best to those supporting our area Special Olympic athletes.
STM has theirs too, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's happening at Lake of the Woods. So thanks to all those who are having fun and supporting great causes. Chicago White Sox were off yesterday. They're in Minnesota with a 7-10 start. Simone Biles got her gold medal. It looked like Suni Lee also got bronze. Man, the gymnastics have been awesome to watch at the Olympics. Let's see, some other trending stories here. We've been talking about the boxing, but the medal count is at USA 38, France 28, and China with 26.
Don't think we have the most medals in gold, but we do have a ton in silver
China's
and
on
bronze.
top there with 12.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
And Team USA won yesterday, 87-84, and women's basketball with Breanna Stewart, 26 points to lead things. So now into the quarterfinals in Paris.
Hey, don't rely on the classroom moms and dads. You need to talk to the kids about budgets and spending when they go to college. Or even if they've been to college, maybe you want to have that money talk that you didn't have. Busey suggests covering some topics like credit, show the importance of your credit and your rating. Banking, maybe opening an account in their name at your bank. Making sure fraud protection is simple and clean. Budgeting, how much you can spend every month and how much you shouldn't spend. And then the debt that goes along with it and what that means when interest is charged. With mobile online services from Busey, students can manage their finances whenever they want, wherever they want, and how they want because it'll be on their phone. Busey mobile app, Busey eBank, Busey bill payment. Busey understands the demands of back to school. Make it very simple. Simplify your finances with their mobile and online services and educational resources. You can go to Busey.com. You can call them at 800-67-BUSEY or stop by one of their many convenient locations today. Busey for over 155 years. Member FDIC. All right, 217-359-2255. If you want to jump on the text line, you're welcome to do that. All of our guests on the Tapman's Towing phone line. We check your weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier, again, had quite a bit of rain, but I think we can have a nice weekend. It's not going to be crazy hot. It's just going to be warm.
It'll be good for Street Fest, which is tomorrow in downtown Champaign from 2 to 9.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign and Banana vicinity. Still one more little piece of energy and low pressure making its way out of the Midwest. That'll help to generate a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but as the day wears on, for the day-to-day, but widely scattered in nature, a push of slightly cooler, drier air, and more importantly, drier air settles on in over the next 48 hours, so a somewhat better feel. Temperatures stay on the warm side of average around here right through early next week. Next, a cool front drops on by Tuesday with a more refreshing air mass the second half of next week. Up to 82 for the day today with a partly sunny sky developing and a stray shower thunderstorm in spots late morning as well as the afternoon with a light west-northwest wind. Tonight, an isolated shower thunderstorm chance this evening. Gradual clearing, patchy late-night fog, and a low down to 68 tomorrow and Sunday. Mostly sunny, warm, but a bit less humid. 88 tomorrow, 87 on Sunday. Highs in the upper 80s on Monday. Quick shower thunderstorm chance Tuesday. Highs near 90, back in the lower 80s next Wednesday and Thursday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stock futures turned sharply lower after the number of new jobs created slowed to 114,000 last month. Economists were forecasting 175,000. The unemployment rate rose to 4.3%. Hiring was expected to slow in July, especially because of Hurricane Beryl, which struck the Gulf Coast early in the month. However, the numbers are even weaker than predicted. ExxonMobil shares are higher after an upbeat quarter. It reported production rose 15% in recent months, helped by its Permian Basin and Guyana drilling. Chevron's production was also higher, though its quarter was mixed. Exxon's forecast was disappointing. Apple's China business slowed in the recent quarter. Both of those stocks are lower. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
I'm Charles Payne. Listen to my Unstoppable Prosperity podcast so I can get you making money right now. Whether stocks are hitting new all-time highs or in free fall mode, opportunities abound. So why are so many potential investors still sitting on the sidelines? In a new season of my podcast, I'm going to get you in the game. After 38 years on Wall Street, I'm ready to impart some lessons and get you invested in the greatest wealth-generating machine in history. Listen anytime, everywhere at foxbusinesspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Find the look you love for less at Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Explore their wide selection of quality pieces, from cozy sofas to exquisite dining sets from all the top name brands. With personalized service and expert advice, their team makes finding the perfect piece effortless. Create the home of your dreams with Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Exceptional customer service and the best prices since 1959. Stop by today or visit them online at kelseyfurniture.com.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry. From a basic sewer pipe repair to replacing a sewer main, installing a water line to installing a septic system, installing underground utilities for a new construction project to rehabilitating the old pipes under a school. Lands has the most versatile and experienced team in the industry. Residential, commercial, and industrial, when it comes to your underground pipes, think Lands Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Tim Onstadt, Gale Ferrex Trucking, Dedicated Diesel. How is everything at Dedicated Diesel and Dixie Chopper?
Well, Dedicated Diesel is going great guns. A couple weeks ago, Donna put in an order for some new machines. We got some great fall deals. We've sold most of the inventory, so we got in a new shipment. We've got new Classics, Blackhawks, Excaliburs, Eagles, Z2, and the new Falcon. That is a nice mower.
So when people try it and get on it, I bet the higher percentage buys them, probably feeling the handling and everything?
Yeah, it's hard to go back to something else once you've driven a Dixie chopper. And that Falcon seat is the most comfortable mower seat I've ever been on. It is incredible. The Falcon, we've got a great deal on that for $7,000. The introductory price is $9,000 on it, and we're going to get rid of them as fast as we can. Well, that's a 60-inch deck on that Falcon, so you can do residential, commercial, cut a lot of lawn with that.
Yeah, let's go with a Rebirth Brass Band. Jenna Matalakis, Champaign Center Partnership. These guys are headline. Is this weekend?
Yeah, tomorrow.
What? How are you, Jenna?
I'm great. How are you?
We're good. I want you to tell me all about what we're going to hear and see tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow we are going to start off at 2 p.m. with See You Broad Comedy on our Market Street stage for the Champaign Street Fest Downtown Throwdown. And then we have Terminus Victor. Yes, at 3:30, followed by Curb Service at 4, Modern Drugs at 6:30, and then Grammy-winning Rebirth Brass Band at 7.
Excellent. This will be so much fun. Let's talk about this whole festival district in downtown Champaign, Jenna, and this great new concept.
Absolutely. Festival district means are you talking about the alcohol that you can walk on the street with?
That's
or just
right.
all the great local music we have?
All of the above, please.
Well, from some of our participating bars and restaurants, you can take your drink to go and walk around and enjoy all the music, all the vendors, all the other talent that we have going on downtown this weekend.
It's a great concept in the sense that you get a wristband. Now, is there a $5 get into the festival district, or how are we doing that?
No, this is very free.
Okay.
Just giving back to our community.
Awesome. Now, how are you looking on volunteers and managing everything, or would you like anybody to step up here in the zone and fill a few shifts?
Volunteers are always welcome. You know, they're what makes our community go round. So if you want to show up, we'll have a job for you.
ChampaignCenter.com for more details on all of this. Street Fest is something that's evolved over the years, and I'm glad Champaign Center Partnership has taken that on. Are you enjoying this role?
I love this role. This is my favorite job ever. I love putting on events.
No offense, you just seem too shy, Jen. I don't know if you're good for this job.
Hi.
You look like you could be the life of every party you walk into, Jenna.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so sound great. Got the energy going. How's all your aunts and uncles? How's the whole Matalakis family?
That's right.
Oh, they are fantastic. My dad, actually, Tom, he actually is a pretty big sponsor for this. But Dan's great. Mindy's great.
Yeah. Well, I've known them through the years.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, keep up your good work again. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. is when it starts. Enjoy the whole darn day in downtown Champaign. Fun. Thanks for being on. Appreciate you being on. Jenna Matalakis, Champaign Center Partnership.
Lots of various vendors to shop to. And as she mentioned, there's comedy, there's music. Terminus Victor has Don King. He was in my class of 85 at Unity. They're just a great rock band. And as you're hearing, this Rebirth Brass Band will be the big finale going into the 9 o'clock hour. So 2 to 9, downtown Champaign for Street Fest. Oh, yeah, the Downtown Throwdown also has hot dog and pasta samples in participating restaurants where you pay, maybe $5 or something, get a sample, and you can do the People's Choice Awards to see which restaurants you loved getting the pasta or hot dog sample from. It's a great idea.
All right, sounds like fun. ESPN 93.5. The news coming up, another half hour of the program. Stand by.
Urbana Urbana's Market at the Square has been cultivating a vibrant scene in CU since 1979. Get to know your farmers bringing locally harvested honey, crafts, jewelry, art, fresh cut flowers, plus produce including fresh leafy greens and root vegetables, fresh baked treats, and a wide selection of proteins. Going on now, every Saturday, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine, it's Urbana Market at the Square. Find Urbana Market on Facebook or urbanamarket.org.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Illini fans, join us in Memorial Stadium as we honor 100 years of tradition with $100 football season tickets. Don't miss a moment this season and lock in your tickets for Homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th against the University of Michigan. Experience more cherished moments at Memorial Stadium this season and get your $100 season tickets at fightingillini.com.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Post-isolation support in San Antonio for the 3 Americans freed in a complex prisoner swap with Russia. Former Marine Paul Whelan.
The FSB grabbed me, said I was a spy. I'm apparently a general in the Army, a secret agent for DIA. This is the nonsense narrative they came up with. They wouldn't let it go.
Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich also Kurmasheva greeted by the president and VP at Joint Base Andrews. A Secret Service whistleblower tells Senator Josh Hawley acting director Ronald Rowe personally directed cuts to counter surveillance and threat assessment before the Trump assassination attempt. The Secret Service preparing to respond. The July jobs report sending the markets tumbling. Only 114,000 jobs added. May and June revised down. Trade is now more worried about recession than the interest rate cut. America's listening to Fox.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Here's a look at local news. A teen charged in a double shooting last month in Champaign. Police say a 16-year-old boy and an 18-year-old woman shot July 20th traveling on a car on Colleen Drive. Both treated and released from hospitals. Police determined the 15-year-old was the shooter, the teen facing multiple charges. Another demonstrator involved in April's pro-Palestine protest at the University of Illinois charged with mob action. 21-year-old Victor Smith called to the Champaign County Courthouse yesterday for arraignment and the felony of mob actions. He's charged in connection to the protest. He's now the 6th person to be arrested as a result of actions taken during the protest. Vermilion County woman dead after her car colliding with a semi in rural Milford Wednesday night at the intersection of County Road 2000 East and 1000 North. The car traveling southbound proceeding through the marked intersection without stopping, hitting the semi-tractor traveling westbound. The woman died. The truck driver had minor injuries. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Sean Miller.
Do you need some extra cash? Are you getting the back-to-school blues with upcoming expenses? A special census is coming to campus residents around the University of Illinois. Make $18.83 an hour. Field representatives are needed August through November with Urbana's partial special census. Make $18.83 an hour. Visit usajobs.gov/jobs and look for the city of Urbana. Call 217-328-8264 for details. Or visit census.gov/communityjobs.
When your pipes are in a pinch and your drains are feeling the strain, who do you call? The plumbing pros, of course. At Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, they're your reliable partners in all things plumbing. From leaky faucets to clogged drains, they can get any problem you have cleaned up and taken care of. Their licensed plumbers are on call 24/7, ready to swoop in and save the day whenever a plumbing emergency strikes. Don't let a plumbing problem ruin your day. Call at 217-841-4728 or visit them online at dogtownheatingandair.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Racing, racing, racing. Friday Night Lights at Farmer City Raceway is a blast. Only $15 admission and kids 12 and under are free. Make arrangements to get your RV and reserve a place to camp. This Friday, August 2nd, it'll be the 10th annual Pro Mod What Up Dog 40, plus Dyer's Top Rods Mods and a full show. Head to 850 Grove Street in Farmer City with hot laps at 6:30. Details at farmercityracing.com. You'll buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for you, Central Illinois. Champaign and Bannon vicinity, drier air, a more comfortable air mass, and warm temperatures. Pretty much the story going forward the next 2 or 3 days. One more little smoke or two of energy for the day-to-day, with wrapped around low pressure in the upper atmosphere making its way out of the Midwest. Some clouds will tend to fill in for the day-to-day, but also some peaks of sun and a stray shower. Thunderstorm as the morning wears on and into the afternoon, but isolated and widely scattered in coverage until the afternoon. Up to 82 the forecast high, and a light wind. For tonight, a stray shower this evening. Overnight, get clearing of the skies and some patchy late night fog, and a low down to 68 tomorrow and Sunday. Warm, less humid, some patchy fog early on both days. High temperature up near 88 tomorrow, upper 60s tomorrow night, and a Sunday high of 87. Up to 88 on Monday, 90 on Tuesday. That's the next cool front moving in with a stray shower, thunderstorm, and a nice air mass for the time of year, with highs in the lower 80s for next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Oltris, Greg Solgay.
Well, ESPN 93.5 as we look toward the weekend and looking forward to all the people coming back to campus.
Yep.
It has already started.
I saw at least a half a dozen U-Hauls yesterday.
Yeah, well.
And I feel like because it's the beginning of the month, people are moving in now.
I think people that live in other countries are coming in now. And then when does the Marching Illini report? Like now.
Pretty soon.
Very soon, because they're in double sessions, triple sessions, whatever.
Get all the choreography down.
All these new things you're going to learn. And then Illinois football's at it.
Yep.
Ready to go. We're now 27 days from starting. 29th? Yeah.
Yeah.
29th of August. And we're navigating and seeing, well, okay, people are trying to count to 6, see if we can get to a bowl game. But we're picked 13th out of 18, which is not good. Anyway, it's gonna. You know what? It's we got to beat Eastern Illinois, and don't think they won't come in fired up. And they're a very capable team. We should beat them because we're such a bigger school and should have better players. But Eastern has been very formidable where they play. They're ranked second in their whole conference. They'll come in and throw the ball. Well, I don't know what we've got in the defensive backfield. Does anybody know? I mean, we hear guys transferring in.
Right.
Are they good? I hope so.
Right.
And then you got stinking Kansas, who's always really been bad at football, but then they got good when we scheduled this 6 or 7 years ago.
I know it.
And they were like laughing stocks, and now they're a bowl team.
Yep.
And they beat us handily last year in Lawrence. So that's, I think, the wheel game, believe it or not, is game 2. Because if you can beat Eastern, somehow beat Kansas.
Kansas is a 6 o'clock game, and, the Eastern game is at 8 o'clock.
School night. Only game on TV in America.
Now then we'll pivot and have the homecoming as soon as September 14th at 11 a.m. against Central Michigan.
It'd be weird to have the homecoming parade in shorts. It'd be like 90.
Right.
Normally, it's a little cold today.
Exactly.
Always been October. Can you ever find a time Illinois did not have homecoming in October?
Right.
I don't think so.
This is early.
Because
we're 3 weeks into school. A lot of the sororities and fraternities prepare their float entry. It's going to be, they're rushing and getting new members and all of that. It's going to be bam.
Yeah, we wore coats to that parade most of the time.
I know.
So you'll be in shorts and tank tops.
And that's going to be on the Friday, September 13th.
Yeah.
Because Saturday, September 14th at 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
just doesn't fit, the kind of formula or whatever.
All right.
So then Nebraska will be
hold on. Let's say if we
okay.
win the first 3, I think we get a bowl. If you go 2-1, it's going to be a coin flip.
Gotcha.
Because at Nebraska, not optimistic.
That's a 7 o'clock start.
They got better, and Nebraska's got people that always go to their games, so the crowd will be good. Mm-hmm. So I think that'll be a hard win. Next.
September 28th is Penn State.
That's hard.
And then at least we have a week or two off.
Yeah.
October 12th is Purdue.
Have to beat Purdue.
Right.
And Purdue beat me by 30 last year, and they shouldn't have beat me by 30. So we have that's obviously a must-win. Probably be very competitive, but we got to beat Purdue at home, or it's over.
And then the October 19th 100-year celebration. We're looking back to the game when Illinois beat Michigan.
That's 100 years ago, and I don't think anybody's wearing number 77 because I kind of need that kind of game from somebody.
Yeah.
But
who's the Red Grange out there? Let's do this.
Michigan's going to be what they are, the national champion. The defending national champion coming in here with a new coach, new quarterback, but doesn't matter. If your guy's 320 pounds and is a 5-star guard, can he block you? Yeah, he can. So it's going to be a tall order. We had him whipped 2 years ago in Ann Arbor. We really did. We had quite the team 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Then we go to Oregon, which is tough. Then what?
Minnesota for Dad's Day.
That's a Purdue game where we beat them shockingly with John Paddock. Everybody had gone to tailgate, 4th down and 14 from our own 15-yard line.
That's
and like 3 plays later, we win.
Yes.
I think people in the parking lot go, what happened?
Right.
I left, we won, no? And so they're going to come in hungry, but we have to beat Minnesota here.
Yeah, that's November 2nd. Then November 10th is Michigan State.
They've always been hard on us, but again, that's a game. Somehow you got to win at home. But when we were going to the Big Ten Championship, and it was 45-mile-an-hour winds, Michigan State came in after they had a fight with Michigan in the tunnel. The next week they came here after having players suspended. They kicked my rear end. So that hurt.
Okay.
All right, so I'm looking.
Then Rutgers on November 23rd.
No, that's out there.
And then Illinois and Northwestern is the one at Wrigley.
Northwestern almost quit their football program. And they came here last year and beat me.
Right.
Anyway, so we've got a lot of coin flips. I'm hoping it's the 2 years ago season where we're a bunch full of surprises. It'll be so fun. But we lost 2 NFL linemen.
Yes.
I mean, what do you expect?
But it could be that there's some newbies that
we're
are
hoping.
Awesome and hungry.
I'm looking for a season of surprises, of good surprises. How about that? Not bad surprises. Anyway, we're very hopeful. We're very bullish on the Illini. By the way, the Illini basketball team ranked 8th.
Really?
In the conference.
Oh, wow.
I think that's actually perfect because around here we're thinking we'll contend. But they picked us 8th because we have 2 guys coming back. So they're basing it on experience. And they can't base it on projected talent because projected talent would have us at the top. But will we play together? Will we like each other? Will we hang out together? All that stuff.
Well, real quick, I know you know Danny Warfel, and he's on the watch list for the Danny Warfel Trophy Award. Kenena Odagula. And he was the one that went on that mission trip to Africa. And he also went to LA as a Black Student Athlete Summit and makes the rounds at Carl with the hospital rounds, serving others, community impact, all of that. Of course, since you've golfed with Danny Warfel before.
Yeah, Johnny's good friend, former Heisman Trophy winner, good friend of Mike Ditka as well. So this is one of our quarterbacks?
That was on that watch list. No, this isn't a quarterback. It's a linebacker.
Okay, so linebacker for Illinois on the Danny Warfel, who's just all about service, has Desire Street Ministries.
Yes.
And helps some of the kids in the inner city learn football.
So I love seeing that yesterday.
Awesome. It's good. I'm glad you said that. 8:42, quick sports and weather before we leave you. PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
Your favorite Mexican restaurant, El Toro on West Springfield in Champaign, is still open 7 days a week despite the construction on West Springfield. If you're craving those mouth-watering Mexican dishes, just enter from the east. When you see the barricade at Springfield and Kenwood, look for their special driveway. It'll guide you straight to El Toro. El Toro will be serving up your favorites all through the construction for the next 5 months. Open daily and ready to welcome you. El Toro, your destination for authentic Mexican cuisine, even during construction. Yep, you can get to El Toro, West Springfield. I'm thinking of all those people with jobs. And if you're a fan of local and supporting local, you need to support for sure El Toro.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get there, go right to the barricade. There's a sign. You follow a little driveway. You will not wait. You will get right in. But support. The food is outstanding. They need tips, all that stuff.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Right across from Kaufman Lake. We went to a birthday party there. It is so festive with the sombrero and the staff, surrounding.
No, listen, they would welcome you. El Toro, West Springfield. Enter as you're driving toward the west. You enter from the east. It looks like it's all barricaded up, but you go down on the left, they'll see a little El Toro sign. Get on the driveway. You go right in, and guess what? They'll be so happy to see you.
I'm happy we got the Chicago Bears, and pretty fun to see that Hall of Fame game, although the weather shortened it with the lightning or something.
3 minutes left in the third. They said, that's enough. 21-17 Bears.
So we've got preseason game against the Bills on Saturday, August 10th, and Cincinnati's Bengals coming up on August 17th.
We'll have them on Q96. That's all the hits. Q96 if you want to hear Chicago Bears radio this fall.
Chicago Cubs beating the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday. That final was 5-4. It was such a great call, but I guess since we're on ESPN 93.5, home of the Cardinals, I don't want to rub it in.
Yeah. They'll play in a few hours, so it's coming up.
1:20 start this afternoon. And the Chicago White Sox are in Minnesota, and that's a 7:10 start. Team USA on top of the medal count, 38. France next with 28. China has 26, but China has the 12 gold. So Simone Biles, again, phenomenal, and Suni Lee was on the bronze platform. So great to see America represented as far as gymnastics goes.
What a comeback for Simone Biles. Amazing after her troubles.
We're still watching into the weekend. Lots of great volleyball and everything else. It's been fascinating to see our team go.
All right, let me check your weather forecast with Greg for the weekend next.
Looking for the best deal on your next vehicle? Visit Sarah Champagne, where your dream car awaits. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, they've got it all. Their unbeatable prices and exceptional customer service make car buying a breeze. Plus, with their hassle-free financing options, driving off in your new ride has never been easier. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, Subaru, Buick, GMC. Visit them today. Sarah, SERRA, Champagne.com.
The University of Illinois Orange Golf Course is hosting the 25th annual Region I Golf Outing to support Special Olympic athletes. Registration and lunch from Rosati's at 11 a.m. Friday, August 2nd with free Riggs beer all day. Roadshow catering with appetizers as cash awards for teams are handed out and gift certificates to golf at the University of Illinois Golf Course for winners of the longest putt, closest to the pin, and longest drive. Thanks to sponsors like Apex Clean Energy, Dick's Sporting Goods, and the team at Stevie Jay Broadcasting.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
If you're looking for a great job, Spring Green is looking for you. Full-time, benefits and overtime, outside all day, work independently. How about full health insurance and a chance at matching funds for your 401k? Yes, Spring Green, your neighborhood lawn care team, serving all over Central Illinois. It's a great job, and if you're interested, connect with S. Imke, S-I-M-M-K-E at spring-green.net. S. Imke at spring-green.net.
Here's what new customers are saying about Interstate Batteries.
It's nice to see capable and helpful associates. They did a top-notch job.
They were easy to talk to and explained everything.
Service was prompt and I was a walk-in. Total service time was only like 20 minutes. I highly recommend Interstate Batteries.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. How much is dependable worth? Experience them for the first time at 2504 North Mattis. Way out there, but worth the drive. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Visit interstatebatteries.com.
Do you need some extra cash? Are you getting the back-to-school blues with upcoming expenses? A special census is coming to campus residents around the University of Illinois. Make $18.83 an hour. Field representatives are needed August through November with Urbana's partial special census. Make $18.83 an hour. Visit usajobs.gov/jobs and look for the city of Urbana. Call 217-328-8264 for details. Or visit census.gov/communityjobs.
Looking everyone to check weather-free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Still one more little piece of energy and low pressure making its way out of the Midwest. That'll help to generate a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but as the day wears on, for the day-to-day, but widely scattered in nature, a push of slightly cooler, drier air, and more importantly, drier air settles on in over the next 48 hours, so a somewhat better feel. Temperatures stay on the warm side of average around here right through early next week. Next, a cool front drops on by Tuesday with a more refreshing air mass the second half of next week. Up to 82 for the day-to-day with a partly sunny sky developing and a stray shower thunderstorm in spots late morning as well as the afternoon with a light west-northwest wind. Tonight, an isolated shower thunderstorm chance this evening, gradual clearing, patchy late-night fog, and a low down to 68 tomorrow and Sunday. Mostly sunny, warm, but a bit less humid. 88 tomorrow, 87 on Sunday, highs in the upper 80s on Monday. Quick shower thunderstorm chance Tuesday, highs near 90, back in the lower 80s next Wednesday and Thursday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchis, Greg Soldier.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
Let Max Twin City Recycling pay you for your junk metal items. As the weather begins to heat up, now is a great time to put cash in your pocket for the steel, copper, brass, and aluminum items you've been meaning to get rid of. We've recently added a large concrete pad to make unloading quicker and cleaner for our customers. Visit us on North Lincoln Avenue, just north of I-74, or at maxrecycling.com.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Big Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, get the whole store.
right, it is 8:53. We'll join you again Monday. We'll see when Kamala Harris announces her VP pick. I'm all in on Josh Shapiro.
That's right.
I stated that. John Decker yesterday said make sure you save that. So we'll replay it for John next Thursday. Whether I'm right or wrong, we'll replay it.
Exactly.
Josh Shapiro, I was the guy that said 2 years ago Joe Biden will never be their candidate.
Mm-hmm.
He was their candidate, actually.
That's right.
For a while.
For a little while.
Until they figured out we're going to lose.
And, he had gotten COVID, so let's make the move now.
Yeah, they just went ahead and said, Joe, we can do this the easy way, the hard way. So now he's a hero. He's plus he probably wasn't going to get his library. So now you can get your library.
He's got the legacy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so no ball game or no show today because of the ball game. Cards and Cubs today in Wrigley. Can the Cubs get some momentum?
Right.
Get out of last place. If they sweep the Cardinals, they'll be jacked because this will be big time. I mean, Cardinals are second best in the Central, and they beat them last night after getting 3 in the bottom of the ninth.
Mm-hmm.
So can the Cubbies keep it going and get some mo heading toward crunch time?
That's right.
Last 2 months of the baseball season.
Lots of friendlies heading to the Savoy Orange course later today and later in the morning. Thanks to Reese Hogan for stepping up and working the mic for Stevie Jay Broadcasting for the 25th annual Region I Golf Outing to support Special Olympics. Paul's Machines represented. Crossroads Contractor Supply. Thank you so much for being a part of things.
Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the weekend.
That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie Jay. Thank you for listening. Meet you on Monday morning, 7 a.m. God willing. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed weekend.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
If you're looking for a great job, Spring Green is looking for you. Full-time, benefits and overtime, outside all day, work independently. How about full health insurance and a chance at matching funds for your 401k? Yes, Spring Green, your neighborhood lawn care team, serving all over Central Illinois. It's a great job, and if you're interested, connect with S. Imke, S-I-M-M-K-E at spring-green.net. S-Imke at spring-green.net.
Illini fans, join us in Memorial Stadium as we honor 100 years of tradition with $100 football season tickets. Don't miss a moment this season and lock in your tickets for Homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th against the University of Michigan. Experience more cherished moments in Memorial Stadium this season and get your $100 season tickets at fightingillini.com.
Our
Urbana's Market at the Square has been cultivating a vibrant scene in CU since 1979. Get to know your farmers bringing locally harvested honey, crafts, jewelry, art, fresh cut flowers, plus produce including fresh leafy greens and root vegetables, fresh baked treats, and a wide selection of proteins. Going on now, every Saturday, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine, it's Urbana Market at the Square. Find Urbana Market on Facebook or urbanamarket.org.
Sticky nights and stuffy rooms make it hard to enjoy your home during the summertime? Call Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing to make sure your air conditioning is working at its peak performance. Tune up your AC by joining the maintenance program and get all the perks it has to offer. Call Dogtown to come out for a no-cost quote to upgrade your system today with a Lennox high-efficiency system that will be sure to save you money on your energy bills and let you relax comfortably. Call 217-841-4728 or visit dogtownheatingandair.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balance is required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.